I bet this isn't something that you knew that you needed in order to become a real writer. For Nano, you of course need to be writing a book, so of course you need something to write that book on. So, I present to you my laptop. Oh, this is, it blurs out everything that I've written, which is fantastic, so that I can prove that I'm a real writer because I haven't written anything. But no, what you actually need is a reminder to write, which is my bookcase, so that the entire time during Nano, when I'm thinking about doing something else, I have to physically pick up a book and ignore that I am supposed to be working on my book in order to goof off and do other things on the internet. It's a good textural reminder for me, and just like the way that I learned to play guitar was I would set my guitar where I'd see it, because I'd never remember to play guitar if it was just off in a corner somewhere. But if it's sitting right in the middle of the living room, then I would always like pick it up and just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna play 3 songs. So by looking at this, it might remind you like, oh yeah, I have 10 minutes, I'm just going to pick up my book and I'm going to work on my book. And then it also is a conversation starter at coffee shops, because people, and also like other places I've been there, like, oh, what is that book? Oh, well, this is a book about a planet where your worst nightmares roam the forests. Kids are being taken from their home to study at a school in order to defeat the demons that roam in the dark, but that's when everyone learns that the only way to defeat your worst nightmare is to be trained by them, so all of the students are taught by a serial killer. Which is what my book that I'm kind of writing is about. But that was a very impromptu elevator speech. But that's what you say to people in places, and this is a good conversation starter. Yeah, there's gonna be a link to this in the description box because I love it. And it's necessary to become a writer, as are lots of laptop stickers. My mom says that I make a lot of piles when I'm working, like I'll just bring a pile of stuff around with me. My dad says I'm making a nest, and I like that better. But it's just like I'm making a little home for myself, a home of all my work. So let me take you on the secret journey of things that I drag around the house with me when I'm trying to find a new place to write. First, my laptop. Second, companion novel. Third, book that has the outline of my book in it. Fourth, sketchbook, because I like to draw my characters, because it reminds me what they actually look like, and sometimes I'll also print off pictures from Pinterest and online, and steal things from like tour travel books and National Geographic and stuff to make a vision board-ish-esque thing of what different places and different characters look like, and I will just like stick them in my sketchbook. You also need approximately 12 pencils, and I don't know where they all went, and that's exactly why you need 12 of them. 12 exactly. They must all be included in your pile. Next, headphones. Headphone cables. Your phone cable, which is always going to be with you, because you can never have an uncharged phone, because you will, as soon as your phone is no longer charged, you will remember that you typed a really obscure note in there about 6 months ago, and you really want to remember what it is. You also need your laptop charger, which I don't have. I actually don't know where that is, but you want to have it with you. You do. This is another book. I carry a lot of books with me. This one has inspirational quotes in it, because I am a sucker for inspirational quotes. I usually change the background of my laptop to something writing inspired for NaNoWriMo, because writing, yay! If you're also a YouTuber, author tuber, booktuber, you also need a tripod, and your other smaller tripod that your phone is on, in order to film you writing so that later you can post that to the internet to prove to the internet that you've been writing. That's also very important. All writers must prove any written work has been written and documented. That is very much required. Additionally, you will need no less than 2 drinking apparatuses. One for tea, one for water. You're going to set them down at some point and also mix them up and never remember which is which is why you need a tea narwhal. Not only does it allow you to sample loose leaf teas, but it also helps the environment because you're not using the little plastic things that are in tea bags. So if you're drinking out of tea bags, you're being bad for the environment. But you also need snacks. I recommend at least 1 fruit and 1 infinite supply of crunchy things so that while you are anxiously writing, you can snack on the crunchy things, and then when you're like, oh, I've been eating a lot of junk food all day, then you can have the fruit and be like, that was sweet, healthy, and delicious. I'm feeling so much better about myself. But even more important than that, you need a snuggle fluff so that while you are hating yourself and you're writing and thinking that it is awful, you can hug said snuggle fluff. It will make you feel better, and then you can write more because it's cozy. Speaking of being cozy, you also need at least 1 pair of long, fuzzy socks with you at all times, because what always happens with me, see these socks? I was wearing these socks earlier, but I did not remember where I set them down until just now while I was filming this, and then I looked over there and I was like, there are those socks, but my feet were cold and I didn't want to be distracted from what I was doing to go get more socks, which is why it was good that I had these socks with me. I actually didn't and had to go to another room to get them, but if my writer's bag was not currently an ice skating bag, then these would have been in there. I also have chapstick and Band-Aids. Don't ask me why I need Band-Aids, but I'm a little hyper and sometimes get paper cuts. But that's not the reason why I need Band-Aids, because I don't use Band-Aids for paper cuts because I'm a grown man. Lastly and leastly, you will need a full backpacking backpack and at least 3 forms of identification for when you need to run away from your life because it's all too much. And why did you decide to become a writer in the first place? It's such a hard career, or so few people make it. But you do it because you have a passion for it. You do it because you have a story to tell, and you are going to tell it even if it means using 3 different names in 2 different countries in order to make it happen. Because you are committed and you are a writer, and somehow you are going to write 50,000 words in 30-ish days, hopefully, maybe even less, because you are that committed, and sometimes you even think that what you're writing is good because it is, because you are worthy of being a good storyteller, and the more you write, the better you are going to write, and then when you edit this draft, it's going to be such a good draft, and you're only going to have to edit it like 17 more times before you're confident enough in yourself to actually publish it, and then you will publish it, and you will be a published writer. Even if you self-publish it, you are still a published writer, but none of the rejections you get from querying agents or publishers, none of those matter, because you read a book, and so many people in the world, so many people want to write a book. I've talked to so many people in so many different countries, from so many different countries, who say, oh yeah, I want to write a book. But you actually wrote a book because you did NaNoWriMo and you followed all of the things in this video, and in the next video, and in all the other videos that I conveniently put in a playlist below to help you. You did all of those things and you wrote your novel. And you are a better person for it. I'll see you next week.